Welcome back, guys. It's me, Chloe, and today I'm gonna do a deep down breakdown into foundation, complexion, prepping your skin for makeup, and all of that fun stuff. I love a gorgeous makeup base. So foundation, concealer, primer, they're some of my favorite and most important products in my makeup regimen. I'm really excited. This video is sponsored by Smashbox. I'm gonna be teaching you some foundation tips, techniques to how I apply foundation and how to get the most out of your products, how to prep, all that good stuff. So I currently have no makeup on. I cleansed my skin, I exfoliated my skin, and I did the rest of my skincare routine. I put toner on, serum, and moisturizer so that my skin is nice and plump underneath and ready to go straight in with a primer. I feel like it's really important to do skincare before you go and do your makeup, because the nicer the texture of your skin is before makeup, the nicer it will look with makeup as well. Now I'm really shiny because of my skin type, which I would say is combination at the moment ever since moving to LA. It's like part dry, part really oily. Used to be what I would consider oily. Now it's like combo. So I've definitely got some oil to combat here, and I feel like before you apply foundation, a really good way to address skin issues before applying your foundation is to use a primer, of course. So this is the original Photo Finish Smooth and Blur Primer by Smashbox. I like to shake up all my products before I go in. I don't think this one separates, but it's always a good idea. Smashbox, as you probably know, started out as a photographic studio. If you haven't seen my channel trailer, guys, that was actually shot at Smashbox Studios. So the Smashbox original Photo Finish Primer was designed to help makeup look better and last longer on set. So the more you know. Now, when I go to apply it, I started out in my problem areas. So that would be my forehead. And you immediately see that mattifying finish, which was literally a disco ball before. And now I've got that mattifying and pore minimizing effect. A little goes a long way, really, so I just use that little small Tic Tac sized amount, and I smooth it through the areas that have like pores or more texture than I would want, and I just smooth it over those areas. I feel like if you're doing makeup on yourself, I like to use my fingers because it helps me feel how much product is in a certain place. So the slipperier it is, kind of the more product is there. I currently can feel the slip on my forehead, so I'm gonna be able to bring that down the side of my face. Whereas if I was using a brush, I can't feel that with my fingertips, you know what I mean? So doing it on myself, I have a little bit more control. Smoothing it all over, face and neck. And I have a little scar there. So I'm making sure I'm getting over that so that the texture will be smoothed out by the primer. And then when I get to foundation, that's gonna look a lot smoother. I love that primer. It's lightweight and it's oil-free, so it works for like any skin type. So it's a really good base primer. If you've never tried primer before, definitely try it out. That's a really good primer. It's got hella stars on Sephora, like if you look at it. And another thing that I like to do is, maybe as you get a little bit more advanced, you can actually mix and match primers. So you could put like the mattifying one here, you could put the pore minimizing one here, you could put the hydrating one here. Like, it's limitless. There's so many types of primers. Another reason primer is really good, it's gonna help protect your skin from environmental pollutants, from damage and stress, all while you wear your makeup, because it has vitamin A and E in it. So yet another good reason for wearing primer. So now I'm gonna move on to foundation. So this is the Smashbox Studio Skin Full Coverage 24-Hour Foundation. I was watching one of Tati's videos recently and she tried this and she was like dumbfounded by how good it was. I've been using it for the last couple of weeks. You might have seen it in some of my content. It really is. Like, if you want a nice coverage foundation, it is really good. You're literally gonna see the transformation before and after on one side of my face. So I've got a Tic Tac sized amount on the back of my hand. Ta-da, a very small amount. This foundation will really blow your mind with how much a little goes a long way. So I like to start in small sections and then start to move it around my face. You're gonna see, I could have like, you know, that video where I put way too much foundation on and I look like I'm wearing a mask. Everyone knows that video, I don't have to explain which one. It's literally so full coverage, it's amazing. So a little bit goes a long way, and I'm gonna work in sections for that reason. I've got this Smashbox blurring foundation brush. And this is a nice soft foundation brush. It's kind of dome shaped. It's not too dense, but it's not too soft. So I like it because you could also use it for blush if you want. I actually wouldn't recommend, unless you know the foundation really well, to apply foundation all over the face and blend it out, because if it's a foundation that is self-setting, then it might start to dry before you even get the chance to blend out the other side of your face, and then it will look really crusty and bad. But a nice small amount on the back of my hand so the product gets a little bit warm, and then you do wanna work in sections of your face. So kind of put your face in thirds, that's what I do. So I've got 1 section, 2 section, 3 section. That's how we're gonna work it, okay? So I've got my foundation here, and I'm gonna dot on my face. Then I'll take my brush and start to buff it in. It's always better to start little and build up. So that was like 2 dots. I'm just adding some more. Because you can't take away easily with makeup, I always start light and build up. And you should work quite quickly with full coverage foundation. How good does it look? Tiny bit on my eyelids. I have a lot of like veins on my eyelids, everyone does. So you can really see the difference with that tiny amount of foundation I just put on there and how much it covered. So this foundation, really nice and versatile. I can put a very small amount, still get great coverage and finish, but I don't have to have a full glam like application type thing. So as you can see, I put a tiny amount on. That's what I've got. I absolutely love it. I'm just gonna do one side of my forehead up here. So I've got that very small amount up there. I'm gonna show you how far that goes. I'm also applying it in the center of my forehead, blending that out, and then starting to blend towards my hairline, because you don't want to get a lot of product up in there. So don't go straight for the hairline, if that makes sense. Blend in the main part of the face and then start to move out. That way you won't get a lot of product up in your hairline, because that looks ugly. Okay, surefire way. The cool thing is, if you want more foundation coverage, you can add a little bit more. These are such nice thin layers. So what I love is that my skin texture is still showing through. And this camera, I know, is nice and close, so you can really see how pretty it looks. Let me look at my mirror. Oof, nice. I personally like to apply my foundation down my neck because my face is paler than my body is. So the foundation that I apply is matched to my body rather than my actual face skin tone. So I like to blend it down so that that all matches. And also everyone's neck is usually the lightest part of your body because the skin is quite thin there and it doesn't get any sun, or it doesn't get as much sun. So I find that it's usually a little bit lighter. Wow. This foundation is truly amazing. Like, look at this. Without foundation, can't complain about my skin. Like, I appreciate my skin, but with the foundation, oh my God. So it's that really nice, lightweight, matte, natural finish, yet it's covering, you know, everything that I want it to cover. The cool thing is, it's so full coverage, you can use it as a concealer. So I've got a small amount here. Even though I don't really have much to conceal after the incredible coverage that this has, you can use it like a concealer too. So I'm just gonna use my fingers to pat that into areas that I might want more coverage or more evenness. Nice. This is a lighter shade one actually. So this is shade 2.12. The other one's 2.16 for your reference. It's a little bit lighter, as you can see there. That's the new color, that's the one I just used. So if you want, you can use that as a little concealer under the eye for a bit of brightness. Truly, that looks really good, right? Like, you can see that. Sometimes I hate this camera because of how close up it is and how confronting it is. But this foundation is doing everything that I would want a foundation to do. So that's the difference. That's me finished. The foundation feels really nice and velvety and smooth. It doesn't look like I'm wearing that much makeup or anything like that. As you can see in this camera, it's really nice and natural looking, but it has literally covered everything. So I've done that side. I'm gonna go ahead and apply this side and show you how it covers any little pimples, any scarring, any skin discoloration or texture. And it's just gonna create an amazing base look for the makeup that I'm doing for tonight, because I'm going out for dinner with my friend Bianca and her baby and my husband. More excited about seeing the Baby and Bianca though. Even though it's a really good full coverage foundation, like I said before, you don't have to do like a full glam makeup to wear this foundation. I'm gonna do a really nice natural makeup that I'll show you the results at the end. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the foundation again and do the other side of my face. Okay, that is my foundation fully on, and really you are not going to use more than like a pea-sized amount, and a small pea, like a baby pea, not even a full-grown pea. And that was actually with 2 layers of foundation. So I put a bit on, and I like the coverage, but I wanted to show you just how full coverage it can go. It's a beautiful foundation, you guys. So I'm gonna go and do the rest of my makeup, and I'll be right back to finish the video. Whew. Okay, I'm back, and the rest of my makeup is on. Love the way it came out. A little bit more of a natural glam, I guess. I still went ham on the lashes because that's what I feel like having for dinner tonight, but it's just a little light wash of glitter. I smudged some darker eyeshadow above my lash line, then I put a nude lipstick on, and I love how it looks. Just a bit of blush. Didn't even put any highlight on or anything. I just want skin and lashes to be a focus right now. So I'm loving how it came out. I hope you guys liked my in-depth tutorial sponsored by Smashbox. I'll put all the information below if you want to check out the product. The link is in the description box. And for your reference, guys, I used shade 2.16, which is a light skin tone with undertone warm golden. I guess I'm a little bit warmer today. I feel like it matches really nicely. And then for my under eyes and when I'm paler, I like to use 2.12 because that is skin tone light but with neutral undertones. And in general, I have neutral undertones, but I've got a little bit of fake tan on, so that golden one matches me perfectly. So yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you Smashbox for partnering with me on this video. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.